Well, this is the end of season 4 of New Media, also with New Year best wishes for all of you to achieve your goals, dreams, and to be successful. We thank all of you watching. We thank, of course, all the working crew, the staff, and we thank you, Hanan, for editing all these beautiful episodes. So we discussed many topics, we interviewed many guests, we talked about many media stories, and we spoke, discussed, and listed video games of importance. We also had Fatima with us and the reports. So in this episode, it is a special one. It is a panorama. Let us see what we have. My name is Duaij Al-Hotari. Thank you guys, thank you. Take a few moments and grab my phone and download this game real quick, so please excuse me, guys.
Hello, welcome to a new upload segment. Today we're sitting with the one and only Duaij.
So stay tuned. Well, this is the segment that needs a lot of researching and not copy and pasting, of course. A media story segment. It is our window to the outside world about trends, about influencers and content creators worldwide. We talked about their, backgrounds, we talked about their success. Now let us watch some of the clips. Well, before Hussain bought this device, he must have seen more than 20 videos and read more than 10 reviews and articles about this device, right? New tech, new stuff are basically investments. We spend or burn a lot of money and time trying these devices. So people needed an authentic voice that tells us, don't buy this and buy that. Here comes the internet reviews and people who review, and some figures rose to popularity for their unique ways to review tech and stuff. Today's story is about this guy. Let us watch this video.
I've been into gadgets essentially my whole life since I was a kid. I always wanted to get my hands on that next thing, and that brought me through to a point where I was fortunate to have this experience starting a small business, a very small business with a few friends of mine, where we would do some of those repairs, upgrade MacBooks. Even though we weren't making money hand over fist. I mean, most of the time we weren't making it at all. It's some initial YouTube videos that I made to promote that business that brought me here. That was like, I'm not gonna make any money off this YouTube thing for a while, but I'm prepared to figure out what that looks like.
Do you guys know the Queen of Cleaning? A person that took cleaning as a career. A person who studied the cleaning industry. A person with BA in hospitality management. Now it is time to know more about her.
Hello, I'm Auri Katarina and I deep clean my followers' homes for free. Today we are here at young couple's home and we are going to clean this whole house. And I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it. This house is really messy, but I love it. I'm so excited. So, let's start with the kitchen. Okay, first we are going to start by collecting all the trashes.
We invest a lot of money in buying devices and equipment. We also spend a lot of energy and effort to protect them from breaking up or damages that they get. What happens when you buy a fancy, expensive device? You sometimes drop it down, you break it, right? Now the internet gave us Zach Nelson, who tests and reviews devices durability in a savage way. Interestingly, so we have a tech reviewer and a durability reviewer and so many kind of reviewers out there on the internet, which is cool.
And the screen of the Steam Deck is barely visible. Adding a few more nits of brightness would have been way more effective than the anti-glare. The etching also makes things awkward with the scratch test, since the ever so slightly roughed up level 6 glass is now acting like sandpaper to my Mohs hardness picks. And as you can see, we are leaving marks from 2 all the way up the scale. The actual damage, of course, only occurs with the scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at level 7, but the markings left behind by the other picks aren't rubbing off on their own either. The less expensive Steam Decks are made with just smooth glass and won't have this abrasive issue.
Guys, why do we have this segment? Because it is interesting, right? What do we have today? Well, it is Tokyo Lens. Let us watch this video.
Lately, I start every morning by checking on my pigeon. That's not a euphemism, by the way. There's a pigeon that lives on my balcony that has laid eggs, and now I'm waiting for them to hatch. Seems like Mama Pigeon is stretching her legs right now. We've got 2 eggs hiding back here. Excuse all the grain and cereal on the ground. I've been trying to make it so she doesn't have to go out very often. And it's a little hazy today, but I've also got a pretty epic view of the Sakurajima volcano from my balcony. These are clouds, by the way. It does erupt fairly often, though. In fact, I made the return of one of my flight lessons really interesting the other day because it had erupted while we were in the training area, and on the way back, the sky was just filled with volcanic ash.
Now in this program we met a lot of content creators, unique, inspiring, achieving and always striving for more. In this special panorama, we will see some of our unique guests. Let us roll. 3, 2, 1, go. Please welcome with me, Saad Badr, the graphic designer. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
Did you like the intro?
Yes.
It was quite beautiful.
Of course.
I did my best. No, actually,
You did your job.
We are really happy to have you here with us.
Thank you.
So please look at your camera and tell the people something about you before we begin.
Okay. My name is Saad Badr. I'm a senior graphic design student, an entrepreneur and a content creator.
Tell us, how did it all start? Your passion to graphic designing and all these things that you do.
Okay. So first of all, personally, I didn't know that there is something called graphic design. I used to design when I was young, like 13 years old. So since 2013, I used to have a YouTube channel. So if you are a YouTuber, you basically need a thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail. So I did my thumbnail design using my phone. And in 2017, when I graduated from the high school, I realized that there is a whole major called graphic design, where you can create a social media design, you can do branding, you can create logos. So basically, that's how it started.
So the passion started at a young age where you used to do thumbnails on the phone.
Exactly.
And then it escalated to the major.
Yes.
Which you are a student in, you're majoring in graphic design, as you mentioned.
Exactly. Yes.
All right, so now you mentioned that you have a channel on YouTube. You have also that we know about the Instagram account. What kind of content you provide to the people, to the audience?
So my content is mostly focused on educational content. As you know, graphic design is a really big major. It's not only about the softwares, but also what are the rules and the theoretical aspect that you should know as a designer. How can you choose the right font, the right colors, the right design element that helps you to stand out in the market.
Today we have got something very beautiful and interesting. Please welcome with me Hussain Jum'a, aka the Fit Engineer. Welcome, Hussain.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I'm glad to be here with you in Kuwait TV.
And we are so happy to have you here as well,
Mr.
Hussain. All right, so the Fit Engineer. I mean, I have seen your Instagram. I have read some information about you, but please look at your camera and tell them something about you. Give us a brief introduction before we get started.
Yes, as Mr. Duaij here introduced me, I am Hussain Jum'a, the Fit Engineer. As it says in my name, I'm a mechanical engineer graduate. I got my degree from the United Kingdom, Plymouth University, and I'm also a level 3 I have also a level 3 personal trainer diploma, where I started my career as a personal trainer in the UK, where I trained the Kuwaiti community. A couple of students, I was training their friends and colleagues. So I helped them reach their fitness goals, and there I felt satisfaction. So I said, this is the career that I need to pursue as well.
It makes sense, actually. Your name, I was about to ask, why the Fit Engineer? So now it made sense.
Yeah.
Your major, and yeah, this is really good, and also motivates you to keep going. The fact that you mentioned that you used to train your friends in the UK. So, how did it all start? When did it all start?
Yes, it all started when I was young. I love the fitness industry. I've gone to many sports, from horse riding to kickboxing to jiu-jitsu and also football. When I went to first study abroad in the United States, I used to do, there's no trainers there, and I used to do my own programs. I used to read online, try to get familiarized with the gym equipment. Ever since then, I've struggled a lot. I've learned a lot through experience. So I said, this is where I want to do, this is what I want to do, and this is where I will study. So I studied the personal training, and then I started helping people who struggled, such as myself in the past.
Today it's something different. Please welcome with me, Hanan.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you so much, and welcome to our show. And of course, she's an emergency medical technician. I said that right?
Yeah,
all right.
right.
So please, look at the camera and tell the people something about you.
Hello, my name is Helou. I am emergency medical technician, and now I am hopefully getting a new degree, which is paramedic. I love helping people and save lives, and that's what I do.
Save lives. This is what matters and what caught my attention. So, can you tell us how did it all start?
Yeah, it started when I just want to educate people and spread awareness all over, not only in Kuwait, the Arab world also. For me, I found it interesting that we should have like someone who knows that first aids in every house. They should help their families, friends, relatives. We must do that because it's our responsibilities, not as a healthcare providers, as a humans. We should save lives at
some point, yes,
yeah.
of our lives. I mean, yes, I can't deny I have the equipment of the first aid, but I certainly don't know how to use every single item in there. So by watching some of the videos, we learn when to use the bandage, when to use, the other things that we need to a specific certain, moment in our life. So now, Hala, please tell me, how do you prepare your content on social media?
Yeah.
Like before,
Yeah. When I see the followers request about a specific topic, yeah. I would like to do this because it's their request. For example, a nose bleeding, it will be important for them to know how to deal with these cases. Also, as I am a healthcare provider, when I see the parents come with the patient, they didn't do anything to help them to make the case better. Okay, like a stroke maybe. You need to be fast at these cases. You need to act fast upon the case which you are dealing with.
So please welcome with me Mohammed Dashti, aka Loco Moment. Welcome.
Hi, how are you? How are you doing?
Well, we are so happy to have you here, and I'm good. Thank you for asking. Obviously, I know some information about you, Mohammed.
Yeah.
But I would like you to look at your camera and tell the people something about you.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I am a content creator for video games and entertainment at all, like movies and TV show. And I work as my primary job as a teacher, high school teacher. And I like doing my things about video games. This is my passion since I was young. And my account is on YouTube and Instagram. And I try to work hard to reach every people and talk to them about the video games.
Awesome. Well, this is the information that we wanted, so that now we know more about you, or a brief. Let's first of all talk about, I have seen some unboxing, reviews, and all kind of reviews, whether it's for movies, gaming, and all these kind of things. So how did all this started? How did the idea of creating the account came? First place.
First place about the creating an account. Usually I went to convention, video games convention since 2011 outside in UAE and San Diego. I went there and I like to cover, and I have many contacts, and the gaming social life is becoming bigger and bigger, and more people have knowledge. So every people call me like a reference. Hi, how you doing? How good? I told him, yeah, I'm fine. I need to buy a game for my son. He is 13 years old. What game you recommended? What console I have to buy? So in this moment, I was thinking, why don't make an account about news, video games, unboxing, talk about some video games technology, and even movies and TV show. Even when I gather with my family every Friday, what movie this weekend we will go? What do you recommend for us? So this is the beginning of my account in the Instagram started.
personal trainer, Edmond. Welcome to the studio.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, pleasure is ours as well. I mean, we're so happy to have you here because, I mean, through your experience, through the things that you upload on the internet, it's an advantage for us so that we can get to know more about the proper ways of exercising, working out, and of course, how you manage these things on social media. It's very important.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you again for being here. All right, so Mr. Edmond, let's start first. I would like you to look at your camera and tell the people something about you. Tell us about yourself.
All right. My name is Edmond. I'm a fitness trainer. I'm from Ghana. And in life, everybody have a passion, you know, a dream. Since I was a kid, I used to see people with muscles, you know, and sometimes I feel jealous about this. I ask myself, how am I going to reach or get this type of body? So, you know, what we used to do in Africa, we used to take some ends, some mixed things just to try ourselves. So I used to do it with some friends. So I grew up, I said, no, if this is the target or the passion, I have to take it into another level.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, life is a challenge and a target. So I started learning about all this stuff. And Alhamdulillah, I think I've not reached it, but we're still going.
And the progress, yeah,
Yes.
the process is there. Well, I mean, you look muscular, and of course, through your, you know, working out all these years and the passion that you just mentioned, we can all see that. So yes, best of luck with the journey.
Yeah.
It's a long one, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
So today we have got Tariq Al-Askar, which happens to be a content creator, and he also he's into sharing his work and teaching people how, in first place, to create their content. Welcome, Tariq.
Hello, hi Dej.
So we are so happy to have you here with us because you are unique and you have your ways of sharing your content. So basically, when we meet people, they tell us about their field, their things that they do. However, you are going to tell us about how to film yourself, what kind of equipment, what kind of technology that you use in the modern time to shoot the videos or content that you create. So tell us about this.
Okay, in order to create any content, the first thing you need is a camera, and any camera would do, even your phone. However, I suggest you get a proper camera. That way you can do both video content and photo content, and it's a step up from phones. As well, the most important thing to me is audio. So you need proper mics, because people can watch
they hear like a better quality sound and audio?
Yes, but you can watch a video with bad quality, but with good audio you can watch it. But you can't watch a bad audio with a good video, you know? So sound is most important because the content we are creating depends on the voice
the audio. Well, actually, this is correct because every time I watch a video, most of the time I care about the audio because when it's clear, then I'm going to continue watching. If it's not, sometimes I just look for another video of the same thing that I'm looking for. So this is, yes, one thing to make sure of. Audio is number one also for me. But it's not necessary to have a expensive or a specific, you know, high quality microphone, just a one that we can hear in a clean way, and that's it. So tell us about the equipment that you use to create the content that you teach the people of.
Oh, the equipment I create? Okay, so I accumulated equipment over the years. So for audio, I use a Sennheiser mic. Okay, but now I would suggest people to get the small Rode mics because they're more convenient. And for cameras, I use Sony cameras.
Before we wrap it to another segment, we want to say to our guests, big thank you from us, from the crew, to you. Let us give them a round, of course, of applause before we go to the second segment of the Panorama episode. Now in this section, we got a little bit curious about your opinions of social media, with of course our reporter Fatima out there discussing new media and social media content with you and of course your opinions.
Thank you, dear Duaij, and today I am in Souk Al Mubarakia to have a quick survey about how people could use the social media in their shopping, or how the owners could use the social media to grow their businesses. So let's have this quick survey together and see what people they prefer.
Social media is very helpful, and social media is make people very help for all businessmen, for the Instagram and all the social media, because the customer yani not coming here the shop purchasing, online business, online make the order, and for the customer for help the social media is very helpful, because now all have the mobile, because all like the time is money now. Is better the all the online business or social media very helpful for all Instagram and all Facebook and everything.
We love video games. I personally love video games. Even our amazing editor Hanan loves video games. Shout out to Hanan. Now let us see some of the panorama of video games we talked about in our episodes. Video games. How did you spend the last 3 months? What did you play? What did you like? And what are you hyped about? In games I'm talking. Well, this is what I played. A survival horror multiplayer game called Dead by Daylight. It's so much fun, especially when you play it with your friends. Today we will talk about the most played games online. And here's the list for you. And I will let you guess the first game. Well, no, it's not Roblox. It is... Let's watch this video. The second game on the list, LOL, or League of Legends. 27 million players, a game that was released in 2009. The MOBA, the evergreen game. This game has a vast community of the e-games and competition worldwide, even, by the way, in Kuwait. We have a lot of players. Now, a mobile game, not my favorite, to be honest. This game is Call of Duty Mobile. The game was released in 2019. As it stands, it has gives or takes around 15 million players. It is a free-to-play game, but you could pay for add-ons and weapon paints and some, cool stuff. Sonic was a lab experiment in his video games world. Sonic was originally blue, but was turned blue due to an experiment and also because Sega's logo was blue, so they decided to have him as blue. He should be able to swim. If you played Sonic, you would know that Sonic would drown in the water. The reason, or that its creator thought the real hedgehogs could not swim in the real life. A group of game critics, Nintendo lovers, gathered and debated what are the best Mario game? What is the best Super Mario game? Well, It was a daunting task to rank them, but they eventually did. Well, because, you know, there are too many Mario games out there. We can't list all of their favorite games. However, we are here to be listing the top 5 Super Mario games.
What is this place?
Alright, let's start with number 5. Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii. And here's a video. Going to be interesting and something new actually. And we have got Dead Island 2 to be released on the 3rd of February 2023. Developers have been dead silent about the game, then suddenly a trailer. Believe it or not, the game has been developing for a decade. You will be tasked as usual to be beating zombies, surviving and protecting some human. Weak human, every time. We also got Hogwarts Legacy. Now, Hogwarts Legacy will be available on the 10th of February 2023. A wizarding world simulator. Is that even a word? It is coming straight for the fans of Harry Potter.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history. That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts. Now it is time to add...
You guys, since it's the video game segment, how about we go old school? Let's talk about the PlayStation 1, the incredible, diverse and varied PlayStation 1 games library that truly is. I mean, it contains some of the best action-adventure, horror, racing and role-playing and of course the stealth games of all time, the best ones. Formative experience that shaped and respective genre and, you know, inspired generations of game developers into making groundbreaking gaming console. Now, moving to the games. Let's talk about the games. We have got, I mean, of course, maybe you are familiar with Twisted Metal 2, World Tour. It's one of the best PS1 games. I had a good time playing it with my brother as well. I mean, it's an amazing game.
My name is Calypso. Exactly 1 year ago on Christmas Eve, my Twisted Metal contest destroyed the City of Angels. Down below, life has come to a halt as survivors struggle to stay alive.
Well, that is it for today's episode, a special one to remind everyone of what we did and what we discussed and what we showed. Sayonara, which means goodbye in Japanese. And see you in another year, of course. Goodbye. All right, we're done, guys. Cut.